I'm going to tell you guys, man, I've had some incredibly sweet and satisfying moments as a fan of MMA. Moments where my favorite fighters in the world came back to do things that a lot of people did not think they were going to be able to do, right? Moments where they came back to redeem themselves, so to speak, right? When John Jones, for example, came back, fought Alexander Gustafsson the second time and stopped him. John Jones stopping DC the second time they fought. GSP returning to the UFC after multiple years of being absent to capture the middleweight title against Michael Bisping. Tonight, with Israel finally getting a win over a guy who's defeated him 3 times already, this has to top them all 100%. And my voice is gone, so I'm trying to be audible, but like I've been screaming, bro, because this is so sweet. This is so freaking sweet. So what happened tonight? Now, what happened tonight is that Israel Adesanya, the former middleweight champion of the world, now the current middleweight champion of the world, but the former middleweight champion of the world, fought the guy that has been the bane of his existence for many, many years. And we're talking all the way from kickboxing. And who is this guy we're talking about? We're talking about Alex Pereira, an incredible kickboxer, one of the absolute best kickboxers on planet Earth, a giant human being, a powerful man, a guy who could be said that he has Israel's number. They fought twice in kickboxing. The first time he defeated Israel, but it could be said that it was a controversial win, right? Second time they fought, he put a complete end to it. No controversy there. It was a straight up KO. And so Israel leaves kickboxing, moves to mixed martial arts, does his thing in MMA, becomes a champion, defends the belt multiple times. And what happens? Alex Pereira, a ghost from his past, shows up in MMA, in the UFC, in his weight class, is scheduled to fight Israel. And what does he do? He beats Israel. Not only does he beat him, he stops him, takes his belt from him. And so if you're Israel, like what do you say? What do you think? What's the mentality like? This same guy, like, is he just better than you? Like, are you ever going to be able to get a win over this guy? Now, if you're Israel, you have an incredible amount of confidence. You have a lot of belief in yourself. Even when everybody is telling you, hey, man, this guy has defeated you 3 times. There's no way you're going to get this one back. If your name is Israel Adesanya, you're looking at those people and you're saying, you're wrong. Because I know who I am. I know what I'm capable of. I know how to beat this guy. And he was telling us this same words over and over again. And you could tell the vibe was different with this one. The vibe was also different in the last fight he had versus Alex Pereira. He was serious. He trained very hard. He did everything right, but he still lost. But for this one, it was truly, truly a completely different vibe. You could tell if you watch his freestyle bender on YouTube, the sort of training that he was doing, the mentality he had going into this fight, sort of the sort of words he would say, words of affirmation, sort of phrases he would use, phrases like the hunted has now become the hunter, right? He used to be the one that everybody hunted, and because he was the king of the middleweights, now he's the hunter. And being a hunter, he knew that the way that he was going to have to defeat this guy was he's going to have to go hunt this guy down. And how does that translate to a fight? How does the mentality of hunting down a man translate to a fight? Well, it means that sometimes you're going to have to meet fire with fire. It means you're probably going to have to buckle up for a war, for a fight that's going to end up extremely bloody. You guys are probably going to beat the shit out of each other. It's probably going to end up being a battle of will as well as skill, but it's probably going to end up in some way, shape, or form being a battle of will, and whoever has the bigger fighting spirit is the person that's going to come out on top, right? That's the sort of mentality you need to have if you're going to go out there and hunt a man down. You got to be willing to go through the fire. And this is exactly what Israel did. Now, did he do a few things while trying to be artistic that maybe didn't land? Because a lot of people were calling him cringy the past few days. I mean, he was walking around with a collar in reference to the movie Unleashed, where Jet Li was pretty much some kingpin's dog, right? Where I believe the man was like a loan shark or something like that, and if you owed him money and you weren't paying up, he would take the collar off of Jet Li, and Jet Li would beat the crap out of you, right? So Israel took inspiration from that because he felt that all the training that he's been doing, he's just waiting to unleash all of that in the octagon. Just waiting for his opportunity to get in there and fight this guy one more time. So what happened? Fight starts off, and we see two guys who clearly have a lot of respect for each other. And they should. They definitely should. Because they've both felt each other's power. They've both been hurt by each other. Alex Pereira has been hurt by Israel pretty much every single time they fought. This is the narrative that a lot of people seem to forget. Like, yes, Israel has lost multiple times to the man, but every single time he's fought Izzy, he's been hurt by the man. First fight number 2, fight number 3, he's been hurt. Izzy has touched him up every single time. So Alex knows what he's getting himself into. And Israel, on the other hand, also knows what he's getting himself into. He's getting himself into a fight with a guy that's beat him 3 times already, stopped him twice. So you can clearly see the respect that both men have for each other in that octagon the moment the referee said go. They were both playing very conservative, working each other's legs, high-level kickboxer shit, right? You understand. You gotta kill the wheels. That's what carries the opponent. If you're the fighter that wants to move forward and track your opponent down, and your opponent is a mover, right? He's very fleet-footed. Well, you got to kill his footwork, and you do that by killing the legs. And if you're the fighter that loves to move, if you're fleet-footed and your opponent is an aggressive fighter with a lot of power, you still kill the legs. Why? Because that's where power comes from. A vast majority of power is generated from the legs, right? You slow him down a little bit, he's not going to be able to, one, hunt you down easily, and generating that power is not going to be, it's not going to be as potent as it will be if he had his wheels on him. So they were both doing a very good job of trying to damage each other's legs. You could tell that was the game plan, right? Going in, I also personally thought, as well as you guys, I'm sure, that Israel was going to try to grapple a bit more because he had some success with wrestling in the first fight, right? So I thought he was going to try to grapple a bit more. And maybe if the fight would have went on longer, we definitely would have seen him grapple. But he didn't do any of that in the earlier rounds, which was very interesting. He seemed to be so locked in, and he seemed to be so resistant to backing up. Because this is where Alex does his best work. When he backs Israel up against the cage, that's when he can let the punches fly. Let the left hook go. That's when he gets a read on things and he's able to really find those shots. Israel also does better when he's advancing. So in a lot of ways, it was also a battle of who's going to back the other up. And you can tell that every time Israel starts getting backed up, he's like, no, he's standing his ground a lot more. He's grounding himself. He's biting down on the mouthpiece a bit more. He's more ready to fight as opposed to like just trying to be skillful. The round 1 is over. Tough round to score. Not really sure how you would score that one. You could maybe say Alex won that fight. Won the round because he landed some beautiful leg kicks. He was definitely getting better of Izzy with the leg kicks. But still a competitive round. Round number 2, same thing. But this time, though, Alex is getting the better of Israel with those leg kicks. Oh, my God. Israel's legs is starting to buckle again. Oh my God. I bet the images, the nightmares, because this is what happened to him last fight. His leg was damaged and it prevented him from moving like he's supposed to be moving. And so I'm sure all the flashback, the nightmares of that was just came flooding back. At one point, Alex damaging his leg, wobbling him, actually pins Israel against the cage. And this is where fighting is so poetic, because whether it's in the animal kingdom, all the way to human beings, there is one philosophy that is always right. When you have an animal backed against the wall, that is when they are the most dangerous. This fact never changes, bro. You back somebody against the wall, whether it's in a literal sense or in a figurative sense, that's when they're the most dangerous. And Israel had his back against the wall in every sense of the word, man. He did. Man's back against the cage. Alex teeing off on him. Beautiful shots to the leg. Beautiful shots to the body. Knee up the middle. Fires off a left hook. Goes to fire another one. And Israel says, fuck it. Cox loads up the right hand. Boom. Over the top. Temple shot. Kazushi wobbles Alex. Alex is wobbled as he's coming back. Another one gets planted on his temple. Boom! He falls, head on the canvas, bounces off the canvas, out cold. Here comes Israel with a hammer fist all the way from Burkina Faso. Boom! Smashes into this man. And that's it. Fight over. Fight over. Brand new champion in the middleweight division, Israel Mobolaji Adesanya. Absolutely fantastic. You know what I enjoy about the way this man fights? You know what I like about how Israel fights? I don't know if he does this consciously. I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does because he's an elite fighter. The principle of Kazushi, I say this all the time. He applies that in every single sense of his fighting, man. Off-balancing your opponent is like the foundation of every single incredible fighting martial art, whether it's judo. Judo, the first thing you got to do is off-balance the opponent. Wrestling, off-balancing the opponent with collar ties, with fakes. Boxing, fakes. In a sense, off-balances the opponent. Fakes, it opens, it leaves them open so that you can go in and land your shots. Kickboxing, MMA. The principle of Kazushi first, before you then find the closing shot. Israel embodies this so much. You notice he's not even really looking to plant shots on this man's chin. He's damaging the legs, and then when he throws to the head, he's targeting here. This, when you get hit right there, it messes up your balance. You're all ooh. And then that's when Israel tries to find a shot that puts you away. So first, he fucks with your balance. He fucks with your whole entire, you're all woozy. Then he puts you away. It's amazing. John Jones did the same thing against DC. Fired off a head kick. DC is all wobbled. Rather than, John Jones, what does John do? Off balance. Kazushi. DC is spinning, falls, and then he finishes him. The best fighters in the world apply this principle, and Israel applied it to a T tonight. What a beautiful fight, man. What a beautiful fight. I am so happy for that man. So happy for him. So proud of him. As a fellow Niger boy, I can't tell you how proud he... And then the speech afterwards, man. The speech afterwards. Dare to be great. Look at 14 minutes, dude. I can't believe I've been talking for 14 minutes. That's... I hope he goes and he enjoys this one, because he deserves it. Now, let's get one thing clear. We're not delusional, right? We're not delusional. It's still 3-1. Alex still has 3 wins over Israel. So they're going to have to fight again, right? It's going to have to happen again. But I'm going to tell you, bro. I'm going to tell you. It's not... what we saw tonight, this is the real fight right here. This is because Izzy has come close every time. This is what it should look like. This is what it should look like between both of them. And I think if they fight again, it's going to look just like this as well. Anyways, I am going to leave it at that. Major congratulations to Israel Adesanya. Hope you guys enjoyed the fights. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comment section what you guys thought about it. And I will see you guys tomorrow with a brand new one. As always, stay safe. Peace out. Have a good one.